And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, ThinkFun makes a lot of puzzles, and today we're taking a look at one called Fidgitz from them. Some people like to fidget with their hands, and that's kind of the thing that this is. This is, in the same category as Rubik's Cube and things like that, where you can sit there and move the pieces around and you're trying to solve a puzzle. Now this puzzle is pretty simple. Have all blue on one side, have all white on the other. Let's take a closer look. So what we got here with Fidgitz is you can see that there's these balls and they are half white and half blue on each side. And then they have different dials on them where there's going to be connectors. And so you can move them like, as you see, I'm moving it like this. So you can move them different ways. And what you're trying to do is you are trying to get all the blues on one side. So right now this is white, white, half blue, 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 half, that's not good. I need to get all the whites on one side and all the blues on another side. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to basically keep maneuvering this around until you get it in play. So you can see I'm getting closer. I got 3 whites. So I just need to, let's see. Now I'm not actually, in case you think I'm going to suddenly solve it on here, that's probably not going to happen. I'm just randomly moving it around at this point in time. I have solved it though, although I couldn't tell you really how I did it. I just kept moving the pieces around until I solved it. My daughters also did the same thing, where they just kept moving pieces around until they solved it. And we're getting closer. Well, all right. I think you guys got the point. Now, between where I just showed you how to play and me doing this now, I solved it. All right. There's the 6 white balls on one side. There's the 6 blue balls on the other. I would say it was about between 3 and 5 minutes, where I would just take 2 of these and just mix them up and say, okay, that didn't work, and so on and so forth. And that's the thing about this. Fidgitz is aptly named, right? Because you really are going to sit there and just mess with it. I'm sure you could break it, but it's pretty sturdy. You can move these around, and sometimes you'd be like, this does not fit that way. But for the most part, because it's a Fidgitz thing, it's simply just a puzzle that doesn't, I just showed you that I solved it. I don't have it solved now because I just messed it up some. But I don't know how to get it back to where it was. I don't know what I did, and I don't feel like there's any whoa, I did it type moments. It was like, oh yeah, I did it. And I was sitting next to someone who played with a Rubik's Cube a few weeks ago, and that person just sit there and solved the Rubik's Cube, and I was amazed. I'm sure I could sit next to somebody who could do the same thing with this. But I don't ever sit with a Rubik's Cube and move some stuff around and go, I solved it. Definitely that's happened with this. Now, that's good, I guess, for the kids, because they can be like, look, Dad, I put it together. But I wanted a little bit of challenge, and I wanted some logic in it, and I know that there's probably some sort of logic in how these things move and slide around. I just don't see it. So if you're looking for something that you can just, fidget with, this is going to give that to you. Otherwise, I'm not saying I want my puzzles to be extremely hard, because those are frustrating for me, but I want them to have a little bit more challenge than this. This is just something to mess around with.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at DicetowerNetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!